Hello everyone, my name is Bartu Mumcu. I'm a computer science student at Bilkent University. For my Physics 101 project, I will be proving the conservation of energy and the frictional force. To conduct my experiment, I used an air table, a spring with a constant, and a ruler to measure the distances between the dots of the air table. After my experiment, I have proved the conservation of energy and I could determine how much energy was lost due to the frictional force. Here we can see the experiment that I conducted. My setup includes a ruler, a spring, and an air table. Here I first measure the initial distance of the spring, initial length of the spring, which was 10 centimeters. Then I compressed it 5 centimeters more in order to give the object an elastic potential energy. Then I released it and I turned on the air conditioning air table to remove friction force. The main equipment that I used in my experiment was, of course, the air table. And I needed a spring in order to give my object an elastic potential energy. I needed a ruler in order to measure the distances between little dots marked by the air table. And of course, I needed a scientific calculator to do the necessary calculations. Here we can see the picture of my setup while I'm compressing it. Before starting the experiment, I needed to determine the spring constant. And to find the spring constant, I used a dynamometer and I applied the Hooke's law. To apply the Hooke's law, I needed a couple of measurements. I did 4 measurements. I put all my data into a graph, and by calculating the slope of its graph, I could find the spring constant, which was 16 newtons over meter. And I plotted one more graph showing the decreasing speed of my object right after I release it from the spring. Here we can see more clearly how slowly it decreases because of the frictional force.